always easy. Even if you are qualified, you have no criminal record, anything at all. It's hard enough to get a job, let alone if you have a criminal record. That makes it even harder. So what had happened, my son had ended up in prison. When he came out, the probation services and the agency that was supposed to help him, they took him on as a quota. So they said they had the interview. They saw him a couple of times. He didn't have housing. He didn't have anything. He ended up back in prison again. With this situation, I realized by looking, Googling, trying to find information, it was very difficult because you ended up just going round and round in circles. You're supposed to go to probation, you go to probation, you do what they tell you to do, you end up, you can't get the jobs, you can't get whatever it is they're telling you that you need to have, so you end up going round and round again. My son he said something to me which really resounded with me. He said, "Mum, they set you up to fail. When you come out of prison, they tell you you have to have all these things and you have to do all these things, but they actually, it's almost like setting you up to fail because you cannot always get the job, you cannot always get accommodation." He came out of prison, had no ID. Without ID, you can't open a bank account. Without ID, you don't exist, basically. The way how the system went with supposedly trying to help him in these agencies, it didn't work, and he ended up back into the system again. So that was the reason why my husband and myself said that we wanted to do something, as little as it was, we wanted to do something to help these youth because, as he said, they're setting you up to fail, but there must be someone out there, even if I help one person. For me, that was something that I said that we need to start putting our resources to, start investigating and start looking to see what programs can be put into place to help these young men.